Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovating, and amazing, spectacular Propagandacast from your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master propaganda hero, like defender of the fatherland. Off here to 2v2 on Belgorod. In the west, it is Redforce and Marcel fighting here for the German army, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the... let's just go with 7th Panzer Division. It is Kpen and Elpern fighting for the Soviet Union, Communist Stalin, and the Red Army. Here taking on with the 10th Tank Corps, we got Mechanized Support, Airborne Troops, Guard Rifle, more Airborne Troops, and Guard Motor versus Overwatch. Elite Armored, Special Operations, Elite Troops, Blitzkrieg, and Jaeger Infantry, with mostly infantry bullets here. Double Engineer start for Elpern with conscripts into Guards Rifle featuring the K1 Heavy Tank, Guards Rifle Infantry, conscript assault tactics, howitzers, and the L2 storming attacks. There's always a big hearty thanks to my patrons and supporters, these champions, these heroes of the Propagandacast for keeping the business. Without them, we're going to be able to keep doing this, so big thanks goes out to every single one of them. You too can join the ranks by pledging on Patreon and join this elite band of heroes, or you can always just donate by PayPal, links in the description. Or you should comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, keep the YouTube icons engaged. But there you go. Redforce you charging with the Kpen against the Engineers by the southern fuel point there in the north. Marcel making a steady approach here for Deutschland. Straight into a control they're doing in sandbags here by the northern victory point in the centre. Engineers are trying to wire off a bit around the centre victory point there. And the south here we got a bit more concentrated force there by Kpen and by Redforce. In the centre, gun is falling back, need to grab that car point machine heading northwards to assist the pioneers here as the conscripts actually fell back there. Probably expecting the machine gun to be nearby. Elpern quickly backed off there rather than risk the wrath of the MG42. Second gun is squad there for Marcel. Elpern's got double engineers, double conscripts, and South Kpen with triple conscripts, one engineer. Redforce with double focus at the Kupferwagen, and Marcel here with double gun in his MG42. Concentrating a bit back here on north here. Refreshed push here by Elpern. His men reorganized, rejuvenated in the course of socialism before they get suppressed again by the MG42. Gunny's moving about, they're trying to catch some of those repressed troops here with a few well-placed shots from the K9 TK bold action rifles, and there you go. Marcel further looking to exploit the action with the MG42 slightly before push ahead of the casting engineer squad again, killing Boris as he gets ripped apart there in a hailstorm of German death. Gunneers to support the other Gunneers with the conscript doing heavy damage there, but still he's throwing down the wounded conscript. There we go, allowing here a small opening from the South Gunneers sector one. The conscript close to the conscripts are doing a lot of damage here. Machine gun there could try and win, but isn't. Disconnecting in the conscripts might be a chance to win, but then again maybe not. They're only wounded enough, but still. Going to be a close one there. Close one unless they're starting to drop a lot of models fast, which could happen here. But there's also a chance it doesn't have, in which case they're going to need one in trouble. It looks like the conscripts are... can't really call that one. In the south, meanwhile, we got Redforce pushing forwards again here. Trot on the way there for Redforce. Up north, machines secure at the point. In the end, both end up retreating. Neither the victor. Comes they hold up behind light cover as the forces there also in light cover. There's shots going back and forth. The Auto Gunning Engineer Squad providing support there. A lot of rifles there just firing off back and forth. Fortunately, Force going to pop and sending a grenade into the cover. Forcing out in the open and sending them packing back home. Not quite to Moscow, but you know, somewhere close to that. Kuban being caught here, trying to effectively fire away that he's using it as bait. A decoy. Pretty clever fight there, or move there by Redforce. Risky, of course, lost the Kuban, but at the same time, the damage can just be repaired, so you know. It's not really manpower intensive. Up north, though, here, Marcel's aggressive machine get outmaneuvered by Elpern there. Good play. Forcing a full retreat here for Marcel, who's going for triple grenadiers there. In the south ground, the sun, the fuel point, fixing up the Kupferwagen, going for the car point here. Redforce could be poised to swing up behind Elpern and leave him cut off. Truck on the move there. We'll have to go for could be Mechanized Regiment here, or could be Belgorod headquarters. Tech right about down there for Marcel for Deutschland. Support company up here for Kpen. Conscript needs to be forced to Grenadiers, so the flame for in hand. The Grenadiers are very much encouraged to get out of cover or burn. Grenadiers arriving, northern victory will sees to the conscript thing in sandbags. Thumbs up there to Elpern. Grenadiers attacking here, counter-attacking. Rifle grenades at the ready here. So one good rifle grenade, of course, do a lot of damage. You can secure white, but of course, a lot of the time, the opponent's paying attention, it ends up doing not too much. You got folks being attacked here. They're getting flanked as well. Could get ugly, but at the same time, Marcel's preventing here Elpern from easily assisting without risking just being pursued and murdered himself. Flame force up as well there for Marcel's pioneers. So he's definitely not banking on any mines here from Elpern in the early game. Comes to the manage to merge with the engineers. Thumbs up there to Elpern, by the way. Good play there. Pioneers sadly can't be merged with. But technically, the Germans were also big fans of, shall we say, merging troops as replacements. Actually, they did that a lot, for example, in Normandy. You'd have, like, you know, more veteran, at least, you know, well-performing units just absorbing replacement wherever they could. South here constantly moving forwards, forces being flanked, outmaneuvered, machine firing at the conscripts, slowly suppressing them. Back here we got the mechanized reckoning up there for Redforce and the German army. Kpen here goes to the second doctrine, mechanized support, anti-tank and ambush tactics, guard rifle infantry, marked vehicle, Sturmwick strafing runs, and the ISU 152 heavy assault gun, leaving only Germans without doctrine. Puma here for Redforce, the 234-2 schwerer Panzerspielwagen. Kuban gaining Medal 2 and also almost gaining any medals posthumously. North machine defending point here. You got Guardsmen out there for Elpern, calling in some more veteran infantry to deal with the fascists. Bit strong munitions over the DP light machine guns, but not far off. Light mechanized company here for Marcel, troops reinforcing, medic bunker on the way there. We'll have to see what Marcel is planning. But the fact is not going for light machine guns, possibly something like elite troops, Jaeger infantry for the G43s, possibly. We shall see, but either way, 2-2 on the way there, in the south point being seized. We got a small force here from Kpen south, reclaiming the fuel point there, and certainly one thing in the Germans got going for them is fuel advantage. And while the Oberkommandeurs player can't as easily exploit that fully, the Wehrmacht player can, so certainly some possibility here that Marcel could maybe try and rush out some medium armor here against the Soviet if this kind of thing keeps up. Of course, if it keeps up. But there you go, Russian infantry moving forwards here. Kpen looking, of course, to push back his opponents. Armour and Guard ready for Marcel, but neither German player has yet to commit to a doctrine. Cis 3 Division field gun ammo for Kpen, of course, deal with any German vehicles and armour. Troops being hammered here, taking heavy losses. Folks are doing what they can there with assault rifles as well, being joined in. 3 kills in the Pumas, actually kind of impressive. Early on. Up north here, Marcel lining up for another push. There we go. Armoured car goes in, swinging aggressively here against Elpern's positions. We'll have to see if he actually tries going for submachine guns, though he probably won't. So players, of course, prefer the SVT-40s or the 7-man upgrade. Kuban rushing in here from the south to the centre. Again, nice shot play there by Redforce once more. Kpen has been well pushed off. As for Marcel and Redforce, they continue to be without a doctrine, without a major game plan. Doing what they can here. Conscripts finding their cover crumbling right before their very eyes. Hey, I just built that, you bastards! No tech yet for Marcel, along with the doctrine. Flare mine goes off there, killing poor Ludwig. Armor covering the guardsmen. He's flanking the grenades, doing some heavy damage. In the center, we got the machine moving up here. Puma fires. Conscript Units field goods all moving up here. Ready to combat the full communities. They're pushing an assault there. Kpen is on the offensive for the glory of Comrade Stalin. Meanwhile, opening the tank in command. Probably a fast T-70 here. That's going to be likely quite crucial. Kpen, meanwhile, has yet to take up. There we go. Elpern can in fact go for the T-70. And he does in fact go for the T-70. So thumbs up there to Elpern. Guardsman also upgraded with the DP light machine guns. Also very good. Kpen has yet to go anything further there. No tech. No guardsmen. Just a field gun and a bunch of conscripts and engineers. Machine there being outmaneuvered here. Marcel, of course, making the right decision, pulling back. Got Panzer Grenadier here and light machines for the Grenadiers. Damaging the Puma. Stuckasserfusse for Redforce. Always a big fan of early Stuckasserfusses. They can, I find, in my opinion, be very much hit or really miss. And get our weapons, I find, requires a really good player to get the most satisfactory use of. So I'm always very hesitant if an Oberkommandeurs player goes for a Stuckasserfusse early on, as there's a lot of cases where they ends up fairly poorly. Panzer 1 kill, opening up the conscripts. Can use being forced with the light machine guns, a lot of firepower there available. But still no doctrine from Redforce or from Marcel. Forced to find their cover shattered before them by the field guns. Stuckasserfusse almost done there for Redforce. Fun fact, the Stuckasserfusse was actually part of the Panzer Division's Pioneer Battalion Regiment. I think it was Abteilung. It was actually specifically been part of the heavy weapons platoon. Was it company? Can't remember the specific level there, but basically they were part of it. So Little fun fact, it's not what you expect. The Stug was supposed to be was very much, I would say, part of the Panzer Pioneers. The only other place you'd see any usage, I believe, was in the Panzer Brigades from 1944-45, where they'd be attached to some of the division's only artillery alongside mortar half-tracks. Stug was fires off here, and that was a more majestic whiff, I think, I've been in a long time. It didn't do damage to its own vehicle, it was just like, you know, it did nothing. That's really can be the thing with the Stug, it can be really just so much hit and miss, and then you just got like, you know, poof, like, you know, a minute and a half or so, like just nothing happening with it then. So it can be devastating, but it can also just be a complete disappointment. And the troops heading out here for Elpern. Still no doctrine for Redforce or for Marcel. That said, they got fairly good map control victory points wise. They're tiny bit ahead here with the Soviets, just tiny. Though nothing significant. Company against the Gundiers here, low health. We've got some mites as well from Elpern. Thumbs up there. Good work mining, of course. Still no doctrine though from the Germans. I would like to see one soon. Personally, of course. Finally, the tank command here from Kpen may, of course, be he's going to just skip the T-70 any other light. We could push straight here for the Mechanized Support. Wouldn't be a half bad idea. As for Marcel, we do have the Pack 40. Armored covers the constant. T-70 joining in as well. The Guardsmen backing it all up. Mine goes off there and causes a full wipe there on Marcel's Grenadier squad. At least the machine gun couldn't be recovered by the Soviets. That would have been definitely a bit more painful there for Marcel if, you know, the light machine gun had fallen into the hands of Elpern. Panzer's falling back there a bit. Next on the way there for Kpen. Thumbs up. Marcel's got quite a bit of fuel floating here. Ideally now he would be taking up, I think, you know, setting up the support core, maybe get like either Fast Panzer IV or like Ostwind. I mean, they're controlling both fuel points. I mean, really, Marcel right now I think be incredibly wise, I think, to just push for some fast armor here, right there and now. But so far Marcel seems perhaps to have put the frontline matches too much and so losing sight of the bigger battle. Still, Germans are so far extending fairly good map towards the Soviets. Again, they're controlling both fuel points again. They're also controlling the victory points. I mean, in many ways, the Germans are in a very strong position. They certainly do something, I think, drastic to further them off. Either they could try and like swing around one of the players, maybe try and like say both gang up at Marcel or Redforce. At least like come up with some other maneuver. Germans so finally take it there for Marcel. Bit later than I'd like to see, but still thumbs up. But you could easily have that up sooner and probably get like, you know, the support cop by now. In fact, he could almost be having like a Panzer IV by now. So, you know, a bit more room there, I think, for efficiency here for Marcel. More guardsmen there for Elpern. Thumbs up. Giving a much stronger infantry complement, and particularly a stronger elite infantry complement. Just holding out their truck from Redforce. That's going to be the Schwerer Panzer quarters, roughing it off here. Not the most impressive hit there. Go to against the Grenadiers. Shot fired. Whiffed on the T-70 there. Got the truck out there for Redforce, but still no doctrine for the German players. Nothing there. Then it's been brought here with the T-70 light tank, providing decent covering fire. Grenadiers routed. In the south, they've got a flank here by Kpen, but caught by an MG-34. The flank runs into issues. Does get the Kubelwagen now. Not the greatest victory in Soviet history, but you know, it's better than killing nothing. Got the Panzer support. They get by the Laden into the conscripts midst, and there you go. Retreat here from Elpern. Push them off the victory point for now. Grenadiers also routed. Heavy fighting here. Kpen with more guards. In fact, they both got double guards from out there. That's some significant infantry complements here. Marcel can build the support core now, or is he planning something? Tier 4. So now I'm just going to be having like any medium armor. So I mean, they're probably feeling like, again, they control both fuel points for some time. They can get away with it, and technically, they probably could. But they, you know, there's also just every chance to give the opponents a chance to recover and push back. I mean, that's really the issue with Tier 4 strategies. And it's not just the resources and the manpower, effectively. It's also the time you spent on it. Oh, in this case, it seems like Marcel has also been the support, of course, so it looks like he's not committing fully on it. So that's something, but like one of the reasons why I never feel like Tier 4 is great is because just in terms of timings, it's really awkward. It is so awkward. There's going to be something up there, but these buildings are polymer course there now. That's good. Thumbs up. Stupid as far as again. This time around, actually managing some kills. 3 kills. That's better than none. Moving forwards, punch the thing hit as well from the T-7 light tank. He got 3 kills, close to 2 there. Then he's hold with the guardsmen. The DP light machine guns rattling off death. Back at the base for Elpern, we got the Mechanized Support company going up. Going to be setting up for KV1s, I imagine. Maybe Katusha down the road. You could also try and rush out some T-34s and 6s, obviously. Got it by the Pack 4 in the T-70. So can go for the Panther 4 now. He's going to keep it, like, you know, as a reserve option in case, like, his Tier 4 maneuver isn't working out. He can just, like, build a tank right away so he doesn't, like, you know, get completely caught with his leader horsing down the ankles. Ach mein Gott, Sie can see mein Wiener Schnitzel. Anyways, Mechanized Armor Company out there for Kpen as well. Very good. Don't think he's going to stall straight for the ISU-152. Wouldn't recommend it either, but there you go. Panther 4 for Marcel. And then he can, in theoretically, just build the heavy pants core later on at least, so, you know, something. Pack 40 maneuvering about in the north here. Still, Marcel would, of course, benefit from a bit of extra infantry, and they both would benefit from a doctrine. And you're slowly approaching the 20-minute mark, which is typically the point where I'd say if you haven't chosen a doctrine by then, you really need to choose something. You need to find some other doctrine to use, because there's definitely then something off. Panther 4 was done there for Marcel. Basically something. It is the heavy panzer core there. Elpern holding in the second field gun. Meanwhile for Kpen, no such thing. And Dunazo plays really pushing for any armor, at least not yet, mostly I would say due to manpower issues. And we can see that Redforce in the south is doing quite well here versus opponent. He's quickly pushing him back successively and getting control of the fuel point fairly easily. Meanwhile, Marcel's not really seen much for it in the north. Did suffer a wipe here, which could be an opening here for the Surge to push through with. One thing here, I think Elpern could consider maybe trying to sneak in his T-70 behind his opponent's line, but then again, the Puma remains a bit of an issue that prevents that. So don't fault him for that. Always on here for Redforce. Thumbs up. Panther pushing forwards. Punch support almost wiped out. Bomb grenade off again. I think one thing that Marcel might want to consider using this path up here, it's actually a very good flank path on the map here. It tends to get overlooked by a lot of players, but a lot of the sharper players are actually quite good at using this, like, outmaneuver their opponent and catch them off guard. So, you know, if you ever find yourself in Belgorod, you know, in the north side, don't forget to use this little thing here. It's actually quite a good blind spot there to use against your opponent. There's technically also one in the south here, but that one's even further than a blind spot you build, but it also works quite nicely. Just, you know, I feel like we should mention that particular feature of the map there, because, you know, there's actually, on some of the better maps, you do have features like this, which can be helpful. And again, reward more shuttle players. And there you go, Marcel, right before the tournament mark, does go for elite troops. Could have benefited from that a bit sooner. I feel like the concussor grenades when used at that time. Stormtroopers, I think it's still good for those, but I feel like in Greensville, they actually perform quite well as conscripts. And, you know, D for the face and smoke is, you know, not bad either. But we'll see what he goes for next. Is he going to plan a Tiger race stall? I mean, that'd be something else. But definitely not something I advise. Even once they buff the Tiger Race to be slightly cheaper in terms of manpower, I probably would not recommend the Tiger Race in, like, most cases. Machine gun right in the south here. Opposite in the squadron between here for Redforce, going for plenty of them. Thumbs up there. Got the T-34s and 6 there for Kpen and the Red Army. Very good. Meanwhile, Elpern is slightly setting up for the K1 heavy tank. Still search making quick progress in the centre. The south and north side remains a bit of an issue there. I feel like Elpern would benefit more from, like, trying to, like, outmaneuver the German player and, like, try and catch Marcel off guard rather than just attack into the machine gun. Like, again, northbound path here would be a great way to catch the machine gun off guard. Of course, with the Panther 4 hiding there, there's obviously going to be a nasty surprise waiting for Elpern if he does it now. But, you know, do consider again using this path. This message has been sponsored by the Belgorod North Road Appreciation Society. Anyway, 74 up the constant pressing the Panzer, doing plenty of damage there, closing on the ace level. Very good. The south here, we can see Kpen's attack there has slightly stalled, but there's more troops running, but this time with more of a sudden here to provide significant firepower. Becomes a bit tough here for Kpen to just push ahead there, and they haven't been upgraded with 7-man squads either, so they're definitely easy targets here for Redforce's forces, but they're still taking some damage there. T-34 for arriving, that's going to be a significant issue for Redforce, since he only got one located for the Puma, though. Working together, they can actually stop the T-34s from 6. The question, of course, is does Kpen pull for more T-34s now trying to start for the ISU? Redforce, by the way. Still no doctrine. Definitely not a fan of that one. Definitely not a fan. Back here, troops enforcing healing for Elpern. Here we got Kpen lining up for another push against Redforce. Stuckers there, ready to fire again. I'm sure the pioneers are cheering it. You can do it, Ludwig! Just try and aim properly this time! I'm sure you can do it! Field gun firing away there. Counter on the move here for Marcel. Does look like Marcel is actually going for the Tiger race now. And that's having to like have its fans up in the channel like, woo, Tiger race, yeah. Oh, there we go. Now there's, you know, the Stuckers Fuss barrage. I mean, that was clearly, you know, what the Stuckers Fuss needed some encouragement from those repair pioneers. That was a really nice shot there. Unless you're Kpen, in which case you're probably not quite as appreciative. In fact, he suffered some fairly significant losses. I think he might actually have lost like 2 conscript squads to that. I'm fairly certain he lost 2 full squads to that. Yeah, he actually did. Like, it was a 3 kills and went to 15, and suddenly Kpen is really short in infantry. Doing basic math, he wiped 2 squads with that. So yeah, that was really painful there for Kpen. That was really one of those Stuckers Fuss barrages that's going to be like, you know, felt for days. Kpen waking up covered in cold sweat, like just thinking about that Stuckers Fuss barrage. And then you turning to his wife and then realizing it's a Stuckers Fuss. And then he wakes up, you know, from the nightmare. What does he? Anyway, troops being pushed back here. Really good push there by the Germans against the Soviets. The Soviets really just have like serious hitting soon here. K1, they're ready for Elpern, but they also need to like, switch up the tactics. Part of the problem is again they're being a bit too predictable here, and the Germans can that way, you know, more easily deal with them. Also, the lack of artillery I think hasn't helped the Soviets either, and particularly again a mortar with smoke I think we've done quite good there for Kpen and Elpern. And Redforce here at the 22-minute mark goes for Elite Armored, fusing up for the 2-1. Emergency repairs, Panzer Commander, Heat and Storm Cheat. I forgot here, there's Concussive Grenade, Stormtroopers, G for the Freeze, Panzer Tactician and the Tigers. Did they actually do that? Anyways, other way. Panzer Court here being buttoned up, Fieldman's flying away there. Elpern's on the rampage, he's had enough. Up north here, flank actually runs straight into the MG42. That's really bad luck there for Elpern, but even worse luck for his engineers. There we go. Marcel has called in the mighty Tiger race. Mine goes against some Oberstdam. Sturm Tiger ready here for Redforce. A weapon meant for destroying fortifications and structures was first used during the Warsaw Uprising, specifically the second one. The one with the Poles. The first one was the Jewish ghettos. The second one was the Polish Home Army. ND5 was the K1 up north. There we go, cleaning out some of this pack forward, ready for support here, but again, should have flanked with infantry a bit more properly. But I'll wait, did put back machines up in. There you go. Target weak point here, Tiger rushing in. This is really bad for Elpern's K1 heavy tank there. I mean, he obviously did not expect a Tiger race because, honestly, who does nowadays? I mean, typically it's not very great, so, you know. In this regard, Marcel's greatest weapon is clearly surprise, as the opponent's like shocked he went for it in the first place. Weapon here destroyed, got a kill there for Kpen. They really need to get the fuel back, need to do themselves down to the Germans, of course, they're bleeding out of victory points fast. Patrol running about here, K1 heavily down, field and supporting though. Stuckers was, I think, is fine again. Yup, this time 2 kills only. I mean, obviously, if he kept like lining up like, you know, 12 kill hits, obviously there'd be something wrong, but You know, after a 12 kill hit, everything else just looks a bit unimpressive in return. Truck on the way there for Redforce. Is he planning for a King Tiger then? Good golly, this is going to be a heavy army engagement, isn't it? And I think Kpen is starting for the ISU 152. Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be in a real circus exhibition. With tigers and big tigers and Sphero boys. Oh my. North Hip can just bring about. Troops sitting out there. Need to fix up the K1 heavy tank, of course, bring in more stuff. In the centre south here, we get a broad push by Kpen here. Redforce got a bit of balance there. Could perhaps be pushed back here. So it really would benefit from artillery at some point. Again, just mortars connected to a lot there for them. Sturm Tiger there gets a few kills there with its massive rocket, 38 centimeters. North here, we got the Tigers from up. That's a strong point here for Marcel's positions. And we can see there, Elpern, though, is intent on taking on head-on, but he's taking heavy losses in the process. Men dying in the droves. Figure then getting eventually two Tigers bouncing off the shot with 100mm thick frontal armor. Garden taking further. Punishing casualties. The Tigers just chance through. There you go. Wipes the entire guard squad. And Sting and Blow. Their punch equipped with G43s. Personally not a fan of that. Personally not a fan of that. And then centre engines push back the Sturm in the south here. We've got Garden versus the Volksgrenadiers. 100 points left for the Surge. They really need to do something again drastically to turn this around. They need to try and really just blindside the Germans. Or they need the Germans to really do something dumb. I guess for Hitler to intervene. But I think it's a bit too late for that to happen. Feeling taking a hit there on the Tigers. Great K1 moving in there. Less than half health. Another hit there. Sturm Tiger there with 5 kills. K1 moving forward. Pack opening up there. Could call for target weak point. This time though, it's much better called back. Oh, we called it air support though. Sturm rushing in the K1 getting hit with the target weak point. Party's being shredded there by the Sword Air Force. Even taking hits on the Tigers. Field guns not keeping pace. Oh, actually, they're close there. Almost got the Tigers there. Machine gun being pushed back. Pack 40 in trouble here. Looks like Elpern finally broke the northern positions, but I think he'd have a much harder, easier time if he just, used the North Road. Panther flanking and catching the kill on the front line of bounces. We got there. Marked target here to help bring down that Panther fast. They want that fascist tank destroyed. Betty 2 gained. Shot bounces. Gonna need to suppress. Panther is pushing forward. Guard tank lost. We got 51 there. Panther 4 abandoned but not entirely out of the fight. Well, now it is. Panther's the routed, fixing up the K1 heavy tank. Even hold it down just to make it a bit hard to knock out. And there we go. Kpen finally calls in the ISU 152. The Sphero boy. The Beast Killer. Sturm Tiger holding up. Stuttgart's was also destroyed. Another stinging blow hit to the German army. Looks like the Surge finally managed the breakthrough. The German army is crumbling. But can they pull off a recovery? Can they stall and, pull off a mortal here? We shall see. Guards pushing forward to the Volksgrenadiers. Constant punch supported alongside the Guardsmen. Still an upgrade to send that. Wow. At least Elpern's had grenade off in the midst of the Volksgrenadiers doing some nasty damage. Friedrich and Rudolf dead. H5 tank shot for Elpern. Sturm Tiger shoots and wipes another squad there. Kpen is suffering incredible attrition. That's now 3 full count squads wiped here by very explosive means. And of course, he's going to try and turn the fair with the ISU 152. 48 was a 3 and 40. Machine weapon, the Grenadier support, and the Pack 40. K1 there's fixed up, but still dug in. There we go, H5 out. More countries there for Kpen. Then he's been caught by heavy fire, Molotovs, and, well, almost being wiped out there. Machine there popping and sitting on pierce rounds. Thumbs up there to myself using that ability. Does tend to get, in my opinion, overlooked. Pack flying away, and again, with 2 Tigers arriving here. But there we go, anti-tank grenade could deal some heavy damage to the engine there, leave Marcel in further trouble there. He also loses that on top of his Panther 4 there. And there we go, got the ISU moving in here. Marcel got caught with his leader horsing down his angles. He's in trouble now, he's in trouble. H5 moving in there. They got him by the schnitzel. Almost hit it there with the H5 tank destroyer. Puma falling back here to assist the Tiger. H5 pull ahead there. Almost got it. One more shot and it's going to be toast. gonna be toast. Popping smoke. And there we go. Got the Tiger Ace. Got the HD5, but I mean, no matter how I look at it, that's a pretty good trade-off for a Tiger Ace. Huge blow there to Marcel. Well, he's actually almost got the field for another one, which is impressive. Though he really shouldn't be, setting up that resource in the first place anyway. Should have more tanks out to support the Tiger Ace. To be fair, I shoot there, getting flanked by the Sturm Tiger. It's heavy assault gun wars, and there we go. Slightly stunning it though. Only slightly stunning it. Lucky there for Kpen. Pushing the south and making progress there as the Germans enforce more towards the centre. In fact, Redforce is now forced to do more of the work here for Marcel. He just lost his Tiger Ace and the rest of his force had been I think, focused a bit too much around it. So now Marcel, of course, needs to replace the Tiger Ace. I'm guessing he's planning for, but he needs more infantry and other stuff as well, plus more armour down the road. Meanwhile, though, the Soviets spotting again this critical mistake here on Marcel, or possibly critical anyways, and just pouring into the gap here, which now Redforce is forced to spread himself thinly out to maintain. He's going for a Panther here. No attempt at storming for the Tiger Ace, or King Tiger for him, because, well, if we were to do that, they probably would lose on the spot. King 1 there, eventually 2. Needs more support up here. Pack 4 doing some heavy damage. Southern point being seized. Might want to rush up the T head 4 to assist there. ISU falling back. Infantry being blasted. K1 knocked out. A stinging blow there to Elpern and the Red Army. Field gun ready. Almost got the Grenadiers. Sturmtiger sitting out there for Redforce. Grab the northern victory point. Panther ready here for Redforce. Down front and flank here. The Sturmtiger doesn't really care at this point. You could technically just pop the Nachhaltigungswaffe here and just fire the infantry. Oh! That could have gone better there for Redforce. Field gun crew survived that somehow. I'm sure they're fairly traumatized, the ones that survived. The ones that didn't, obviously, well, I mean, they're dead. Trauma's a bit beyond them now. Countering to the north here. Dug in the northern victory point, 48 versus 5. Redforce forces pushing forwards here. Orbital machine gun moving in. Pioneer routed. Machine gun by the northern fuel point.
The enemy has 300 points remaining.
What will Elpern go for next? Another tank destroyer, another KB1, T-34s, Katyusha, and what will Kpen go for? Still feel like the Soviets will benefit at least from a mortar by now. Maybe even 2, but that's just me. Panther is here with support of the Pioneer's machine gun. Marcel is ever close to the second Tiger Ace. Not very often you can see 2 Tiger Aces in a match, so yeah. Not entirely sure what that says about the match though. Field gun there with Ace level 3 kills. Actually holding back. Interesting worth noting we haven't seen a dish carry machine on that one. Not Southern Field being seized again. Sturmtiger, Panther at the ready. Ready to fire the mighty Sturmtiger again here at Elpern or Kpen's forces. But they definitely got like a lot of guns out in the center. They need to focus more on the flanks, I think. And there you go. Marcel calls in his second Tiger Ace. Panther moving forward to the heat shells using the Panther Commander spot head to make full use of his range. Sturmtiger moving ahead there. Imagine making use of the Panther Commander spotting ability to focus out the top, single out the targets for the blast. Getting hit there by the other field guns. And we got marked target here on the Panther here. It's actually got a lot of things active now. Funny there. But Tiger Ace around to the scene here. Second Tiger Ace. Assuming forwards here for Kpen. Pioneers being blasted into oblivion. In the south here, troops holding up against the push there by Kpen. Tiger Ace being forwards here for Marcel. Blasting there. A couple of counters into the dirt. Pioneers around the centre point here. ISU repositioning again. Not a lot of shooting going on, but the axe hasn't really done a lot of damage when you think about it. I'm guessing Kpen is a bit too hesitant at risk of losing it. Oh! Wow, that almost got hit directly. I was actually lucky timing them to be able to catch that. Heavy assembly there of German armour in the centre. Panzer Ward almost been knocked up with the ISU 152. Tiger Race takes a hit there. Got 48 versus 273. Panther Storm Team rushing forwards into the line of fire here. Field guns firing away there. Multiple field guns down. Storm Team getting message 2 there. We go shoot to the field guns. Taking a ton of damage there. We got artillery called into the Panther. There we go. Field crew's not wiped out. Can finish off the Storm Tiger here. Almost got it. Almost got it. Now it gets away. Does it get away? Ah, it does get away. Panther taking a lot of damage. Artillery fire missed. Both field guns are cleared out. The Tiger Race think we're going to clean up the jaw lines of the Grenadiers. Leaving a lot of the SOT and field guns now cleared out. We got the issue 5 up here again for Elpern. Grenadiers being almost obliterated here. Tiger Race pushed back with a frantic counterattack here with the SOTs in the south here. Slow push is being held up with the MD-34 and the Obersoldaten. T-4 could rush and try and deal with that. Maybe open up push to the southern victory point and claim that for the SOT unit. Obersoldaten getting snapped with the T-34. 11 kills, almost ace level. We got another marked target here, and there you go. Really wants that Tiger Race dead. Almost got it, but need to be careful, doesn't like throw things away there to get it. Because that could upset whatever careful balance that is currently favouring the Soviets. Fixing up the armour once more. Tiger Race being repaired right next to the one that got blown up. Brief considered tank destroyer going, or tank, but actually going for another tank destroyer there, Mr. Kpen. Front of the guns being obliterated. As for Elpern, who knows? Okay, find the centre victory point. There you go. ISU blasting the full Grenadier. We got the opposite wing cleaning out the field gun. Good clear up now, but there you go. Taking it from the T-34 from 6, almost getting a wipe because of that. Almost got the centre point neutral here. Tiger is pushing forwards here for Marcel. Surprised they're not trying to do more in the north. I think the Germans please make a push there instead of getting control of that. Ishvan rushing forwards here. Almost got the Tiger Race on the sides, but not quite in the south centre. We got another push with Redforce, Panther, Sturm Tiger, Puma all going in. He had artillery calling as well, further disrupting inside defence. There goes Sturm Tiger, gets the field gun, and the artillery almost finished off the field gun itself. Almost ace on the Sturm Tiger, anti-tank grenade off there. Heavy fang for the centre victory point. And there we go. I think he's pushing forward. Going to try and catch up with that. Sturm Tiger finished off here. There you go. Now for Verteidigungswaffe being unleashed against the Soviets. Panther almost taken out here as well. This could end up going poorly for the Germans. Puma being rushed in there. Could throw down the smoke screen. There we go. Taking heavy damage as well there. ISU pushes forward. Puma down. Further losses here for Redforce. It's an all-out melee in the centre here. H5 taking a hit there. Field Mabani here, the Pack 40, getting a kill there. And we got a King Tiger out for Redforce. We actually get a King Tiger and a Tiger Race and a Sturm Tiger and a Panther. Alright. Not every day you get to see that in the same match, but here we are. Here we are. Plus a Panzerwerfer for Marcel. Definitely needs more infantry though. I would recommend some stormtroopers. Southside, the Soviets can still push with that rush in the T-34. Like a new one, they could quick clear the position, then up to the southern victory point. There you go. Tiger Race bouncing a shot here. Panther unleashing a barrage here on the third position. Field crew there being absolutely demolished. The other one only mildly hurt. Garrison there moving forward on the heavy machine gun fire there. Further losses there. We got another bit of air support here in the south. Going for the machine gun there, and there we go. Almost wipes the entire crew, but falls a bit short here. Tiger has been pushed back with the HD-5 tank destroyer. Sturm Tiger moving forwards, 24 kills, virtually free. Direct hit from the field gun. HD-5 in as well here, pushing it back swiftly. King Tiger, Panther at the front line, further damage to the Sturm Tiger. Sturm Tiger shoots, whiffs it. Tiger Race moving in. It's a really big push now by the Germans. Panther, King Tiger, Tiger Race. But the cert lines are not quite crumbling their backling, but they are still holding under the sheer weight of Krupp shield unleashed by Redforce and Marcel upon them. King Tiger almost knocked out. Tiger Race almost knocked out here. The Soviets are just firing back with everything they got here. Marcel's crew pops the smoke and tries to disengage in the center. King Tiger almost knocked out here. Got in him one more shot, and that thing's going to be a massive toaster. And there we go. It's on fire. In the south here, Panther 4 trying to flank here. Ace, ISU, virtually 2 here. All of a sudden pushing forwards, catching all the tank destroyers off guard. They can't do anything against that. The T-34's also gone. Panther moving forward. We're going for a blitz. We're going for a blitz with Redforce. Daring assault here, looking to open the ice with still the other H5, though the other one has been with the damaged engine. Troops pushing forward here under Marcel's command. Going for the centre victory point. They're still being held here. It's pandemonium. It's chaos. It's distraction. Panther here about to get knocked out here. Daring raid majors backfired. Panther knocked out. Didn't get the H5. Or does he get with the final shot? No, he doesn't. And they still haven't pushed for the northern victory. Well, there you go. Panther from trying to bombard. And every rocket whiffs. Only doing some mild inconvenience and suppression. Tiger Ace there. Push back into the fight as swiftly as possible with the Pioneers and Pairs. Guards are taking heavy losses. Tiger Ace with 14 kills, 22. Stug and Tiger in the center, 26 kills. Fires another rocket. Straight the troops then found it. Katyusha fire from Elpern. Tears through Redforce and Marcel's forces there. Grabbing the Maxim. Going for the car point with the field gun. They're cleared out. Northern Big Point be grabbed there. Punch going to launch some sort of flank guard it. Tiger Ace there. 15 kills, 22. Southern Victory Point is open. I think the search is a bit extended as well there. Elpern's barely got anything left. So is Kpen. The only one that's actually got something left seems to be Marcel, and to a lesser degree Redforce. Grand Northern Victory Point, we got 32 versus 221. Ancient moving forward, so going for the Tiger Ace. Almost got it. Smoke popped again here by Marcel, frantically trying to get the Tiger Ace to safety. The H5's on the move. Almost got there with the field gun, but this gets cleared up, but the gun is. Damage engine, almost got the Tiger Ace. One more shot, and now it whiffs. It whiffs. Can the H5 finish it off? Got the Tiger Ace. That's the second Tiger Ace down, but there you go. Pack 40 turning around to you with the contributing with the Molotov. Got the Panzerwerfer as well. 27 versus 121. Marcel is getting ripped apart now. Like cheap confetti. Pioneers pushing forward to the machine gun there, which has been now recruited here by Elpern. Can you stop them from being popped? The sustained fire in the south. Victor von Sister. We got a Stuckers barrage. Or some sort of barrage there. I'm not entirely sure what. No, it's a Storm Tiger because he's swiping stuff out there. Fetching 4-volley. Obersoldaten charging ahead there. The only really remaining elite unit on the field are the Obersoldaten. Everything else has been torn asunder in blood and thunder. Ground the center victory point. Up north, Pioneers ground the Ponty. Pioneers something back there. Southern Victor from Sister for the Pioneers. We've got mines being laid down as well. Let's make it hard for the Zergs to make a counter-attack. ISU there. Still hasn't been out of the machine gun. He really should have done that, by the way. Does add some nice damage. There you go. Panzergundy is almost wiped out with the ISU and the Guardsman. Pushing forwards here with the Obersoldaten. Catching the machine in a pretty bad spot. Could wipe it out here. Marcel really should call this Obersoldaten. I'm guessing he's saying up for a third Tiger Ace. The madman. Someone needs to hold an intervention for him. Storm Tiger moving ahead here. 31 kills. May just add more. He could actually pop enough Artillery about there to just rush ahead there. I really wish they'd add that one, by the way, to more units. Like, I feel like, they'd be able to, maybe add to stuff like the Panther. That one actually might be a bit more useful. Like, hell, it was pretty much standard most late war German tanks anyways. But besides that, counter-grabbing the Northern Victory Point back here. We got 16 versus 213. Germans holding most of the map. The Serbs expanded, but then again, the Germans aren't looking so great either, in particular myself, because he's really convinced he can make a third Tiger as work. Not actually. The absolute madman. 9 points left. 7. 5. Wiped. 3. Got the Northern Victory Point. 2. 1. And GG, game over. A loss in the end for the Serbs, a victory for the Germans. A brutal fight here, a unrelenting slaughter on Belgorod. In the end, though, I think you can't get them down to get the Serbs just really for some use their maneuver area points, like for someone here to flank behind Marcel in the north, effective in the south here against Redforce. Also, they would have benefited from some mortars or some artillery sooner there, so some big room for improvement there for the Serbs, but still, they made some good decisions here and there as well. Germans, some good play, but myself, I think was definitely a bit too focused on the Tiger Race. Should have left other room open. I kept the Serbs in a better position that Tigers would likely cost in the game. Plus, some Stormtroopers would have been nice, but there you go. All the way, hope you enjoyed this match. Hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, do channel these. This is Imperlinks. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Till tomorrow again for a nice episode. Bye.